day, everybody. Habari, Gani. What's the great news? Welcome. I'm going to speak on Kwanzaa, the second principle. It is Kujichagulia. It's Kujichagulia. That's the pronunciation of it. It's the second principle. It's self-determination. And thank you to everyone at Camphor Memorial United Methodist Church for requesting me to speak, giving honor to our pastor, Dr. Reverend Bell, great human being. And again, thank you for asking me to speak on this subject. And self-determination, or the second principle of Kwanzaa, and study all the principles. Look at all, as there's 7 of them, and you should definitely understand and study them. But today I get the opportunity again to speak on the second principle, which is self-determination. And self-determination means to define ourselves, to really talk about or understand who we are for ourselves, not having others to define us, and then to name ourselves, name who you are, and know that that's your name. My name's Fredrick Blocton. I stick with that name. I carry that name. I carry that history, and that's who I am. And I understand that too. And I spend some time thinking about that. And I challenge you to do the same thing, and also create yourself, right? Because you don't want others to talk about who you are. You want to know who you are. You want to create who you are. You want to create the person you want to be. You want to create the person that steps out and understands and do the things that you want to do, not what others put upon you. And then speak for yourself. All of these things about you and you building your strength among yourself for the self-determination. And you have a lot of these qualities and these things built into you already that have been delivered to you as an African American or a human being, that you bring to the table serious knowledge about spirituality, about yourself, and how to help others and how to help you. But we don't normally look inside of ourselves for those things. We always we'll crack a book, or we'll call someone, or we'll do the things outside of ourselves that we don't understand. We have our own power. We have our own understanding of ourselves around self-determination. And to define yourself, it's a quality that you can take some time and understand and know that you can deliver more to the world by understanding who you are and whose you are, right? And once you do that, again, without others defining you, you start locking into yourself and the quality that you have about yourself, and then naming yourself. Again, your name is very, very important. Give you a great example. I worked in the Virgin Islands for a lot of years, and my first trip down there, I went down and I was sharing my name, and I was saying my name is Fred Blocton, right? And so they were like, "Hey, what's your surname?" I said, "It's Fredrick Blocton," right? And they said, "Hey, don't let people call you Fred. Um, Fred is a shortness for you. You are named Frederick. Carry that wholeheartedly." It was a learning experience for me. And I changed that day and stopped people from calling me Fred. And then I started people calling me Frederick. But it was man, holy smoly, you have no idea what that did for me personally. Now it's Frederick all the time, right? And I share that, and I allow some people, like my mother and grandmother, to still call me Fred or Freddie, but outside of that, it's Frederick, which is a big deal. And then taking that to the next level around self-determination, to spend some time to understand what's your quality, what you're bringing to the table, what's your gift that you have, and you have one. Because guess what? We're all a slice of the pie. We are not the pie, right? And so the slice of pie that we bring to the table to make the pie is extremely important. And what you put on the earth is not what the next person next to you is put on earth to do. You have your own gift that you've been given, and it's up to you to determine and look and see what that gift is, and then act on it. Act on it. Go after it. Go after what you want. Go after what you're naming. Go after what you feel about and what you want to do. As an African American, you have a lot of that strength. You have a lot of those qualities. You have a lot of those things inside of you. And what's been, said outside of us is, "Oh, you don't have those qualities. You don't have it," but you do, because it's a God-given right for you to walk this earth and be who you want to be, full strength, without anyone saying anything negative about how you do. They will, but if you take the time to define yourself, to understand yourself, to put the work in and move with moving forward on yourself, it will definitely give you back what you put into it. Self determination is a beautiful thing too, because sometimes we just think, oh yeah, it's kind of routine just to get out of bed, go to work, do these positive things in the world, all of that. What we need to do is slow down and understand we're doing 98% of those things already if we write those things down or understand what we've done for the world. But again, the challenge is for you to understand yourself so that you can better yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, so that you can give. You can't give anything to the world if you're not solid yourself. Self determination is about you. It's not about others and how others see you. It's about you and how you project yourself from the inside out. It's a beautiful thing to get to know yourself, because the qualities that you have, and you already know you have these qualities, and don't let people take that away from you. Don't look at what they think they see. Give them what you think people should have from you that you want to give to the world. And you've already got a lot of these qualities, whether it's being in engineering, whether you're a pastor, whatever it is, you have a play in this world. And remember, you're a slice of this pie, right? And others are a piece of it. But as an African American, it's so important that you take time to understand who you are and what you bring to this table, and then name that thing, right? And then go after it. That's the second principle of Kwanzaa. And again, thank you, Dr. Kwanzaa, for making us think about these principles, think about our qualities, think about where we came from an African American from Africa, and what we bring to the table and what we see every day in ourselves. We have to project all of those qualities. And again, we've created all types of things right in this world that we know African Americans have created, and it's become because of that second principle, self determination, taking time to understand yourself, understand what you're projecting, what you're going after, and then you don't deviate because you don't have people telling you going left or right because you know exactly where you want to go. And I'm hoping that I've given you information. And the one thing I'll say to you is that, wherever you go, there you are. And it's about you and what you want to learn about yourself, what you want to put out there about yourself, and what you want to do in this world. And it's so important that you act on that and not have people, tell you what you should be doing or how you should be doing this because you already know that. You have a way that and every time you acquiesce or you give up that, to other people, that means that you don't want to do it. But it's the work that you put into yourself that you get out. And it's such a beautiful thing. And we do this often. And as African Americans, we work really hard on ourselves to be, who we are. We just need to slow down and understand that, take some time to project that, name ourselves, and follow these principles. And if you get an opportunity, or please go out and study the principles of Kwanzaa. All seven of them are so important, right? And all seven of them of the 7 days of Kwanzaa are so important for us as African Americans to understand and do the things that we need to do here in this world. Blessings and happy Kwanzaa.